So picture this. You're walking home from your daily routine, and you start to hear a peculiar sound coming from the not-so-far-off distance. You turn around and frantically observe all your surroundings, ensuring that there is nothing there, not a single person. You are all alone. Yet, somehow as you continue to walk, you know you are being followed. As the presence draws closer, you start to panic. The sound has gotten louder now. Any way you slice it, you might say that this episode's feature is a cut above all the rest. Hello everyone, I'm Blue, and welcome to the Grim Gallery. The story Click Clack is the westernized version of a Japanese legend of a sinister spirit which has been rumored to have been sighted near the train stations of Japan. Named for the faint sound it makes while stalking its victims, Teke Teke is a Japanese urban legend about a ghostly creature with half a body that stalks those unfortunate enough to come in contact with it. Before fleeing victims are able to react in time, the Teke Teke closes in on them with a giant scythe and slices them in half. But for what reason? Why, to make her victims feel her pain, of course. So just who exactly is Teke Teke? According to the legend, in the years after World War II, an office worker in Muroran, Hokkaido was assaulted and raped by American military personnel. That night, she leaped off a bridge onto the railroad tracks and was hit by an oncoming train. The impact was so forceful that her body was torn in half at the waist. The severe cold of the Hokkaido night caused her blood vessels to contract and prevented her from bleeding out quickly. Instead, she squirmed and wriggled about for help for several minutes. She crawled all the way to a train station and was seen by an attendant. Instead of trying to help her, the station attendant just covered her with a plastic tarp. She died a slow, agonizing death. According to legend, 3 days after hearing this story, you will see the ghost of a woman with no lower half. The ghost is that of the woman hit by the train. The ghost will try to catch you, and escape is impossible, even in a car. The ghost can crawl at speeds of up to 150 kilometers per hour. Some say that the ghost is searching for her legs, which were lost when she was cut in half. Others say that she is angry at humanity for not helping her when she was dying, and that she is simply out to slaughter as many people as she can. When she catches you, she will tear you in half and steal the lower half of your body. Shortly after hearing the legend, she will ask you a riddle, either in a dream or in a mysterious phone call. The only way to escape death is to answer her questions exactly the right way. She will ask you, "Do you need your legs?" You must reply, "I need them right now." Then she will ask you, "Who told you my story?" You must reply, "Kashima Reiko." Ka as in mask, she as in death, ma as in demon. And then Reiko. Rei as in ghost, and Ko is an accident. If you answer her riddles without mistake, she may just let you live. In another version of the story, the entity known as Teke Teke was in life a Japanese schoolgirl who was bullied and victimized at school. One day at the train station after school, her friends thought it would be a fun idea to put a cicada, a bug which frequents Japan in the summertime, on her shoulder. It's just a prank, bro. Would not be able to take back what followed. The girl was so frightened that she fell off of the platform and onto the tracks just as the Shinkansen, Japan's fastest train, was passing by. Her body was split in two, and she died shortly thereafter. Stories have circulated the World Wide Web regarding the sightings of her ghost, who has been reported to haunt the train stations of Japan. She is known to otherwise kill people with her scythe, using the humanly impossible and harsh speed of the Shinkansen that killed her. Similar to the legend of the slit-mouthed woman, the legend of Teke Teke follows the trope of a dead girl or a woman who takes revenge on any victim she encounters by doing the same thing to them that was done to her prior to death. But is this legend possible? It should be valid to note that there do exist rare cases of people who are living without legs or a lower body, and with medical help, they are able to survive and live fairly typical lives. Perhaps Teke Teke is simply the result of an individual with half a body, just trying to have fun. A person out there who revels in scaring people in the later hours of the evening when they are alone. Sure, it sounds ridiculous, but think about it. We only rule this possibility out as unlikely at first, because we assume that anyone suffering with a physical disability can't possibly have cruel agendas. But as we know, looks can be deceiving. Or maybe it is a malevolent spirit. When looking at the physics of things, the average speed of Japan's bullet train is 320 kilometers per hour, or 200 miles per hour. However, test runs have reached up to speeds of 603 kilometers per hour, or 375 miles per hour. This means that for the Teke Teke to slice its victims in half at bullet train speed, it would have to be moving at a speed far beyond the physical limits of the human body. Seeing as we are able to gain swing momentum through our muscles that can reach top speeds of 40 miles per hour, and Teke Teke only has half a body, it would have to be the case that whatever Teke Teke is not human. What about Kashima Reiko? The story of Kashima likely originated in Hokkaido, the northernmost and second largest island of Japan, due to the real-life Meishin Expressway being located there. There also exists a real place called Kashima City, which is also the site of the Kashima Shrine, one of the oldest Shinto shrines in Japan, which is considered the birthplace of many influential styles of Japanese swordsmanship. The kusarigama is a traditional Japanese weapon that consists of a scythe or a sickle attached to a chain. And though it's very possible that we might be seeing a simple coincidence in names here, this possible connection is still valid to note. Another valid point of interest is that there are multiple versions of this legend. In one, the ghost is that of a male postal worker who died in great pain after being shot in both arms and legs during the war by an American soldier. In another, the ghost is that of a woman who threw herself in front of a train after she was raped during the chaos after the war. Other variations present Kashima as a woman covered in keloid scars, a girl whose left leg was blown off in an air raid, and so on. In some versions, there are charms or actions that can be performed that can save you from death, while in others, you are doomed once you've been targeted. The variations to the story seem to be endless, as with most urban legends, and because of this, it is difficult to pinpoint the exact validity of these accounts. However, there does seem to be a heavy influence by war, and the stories that would be passed along during those times. The legend also says that when you hear the story, you will see Teke Teke after a month nearby a train station or a railroad. Taken from my own personal account, at the time of this episode of the Grim Gallery being uploaded, I have been aware of the legend for about 3 months now. I recently took a trip to Singapore, where I had many visits to the country's Mass Rapid Transit System, or MRT, a very convenient and connected network of overhead trains. I didn't see the Teke Teke or anything even close to its description during any of the times I had taken the MRT, and I would say it's probably for the better. This could mean one of two things. Either the legend only applies to train stations in Japan, and she's waiting for me there, or the more likely possibility that this legend isn't real. But what do you think? Could Teke Teke be out there? Or is it simply the product of decades worth of storytelling and closely related accounts of paranoia and fear late in the night? One thing is certain, we ought to be more careful near railway stations. Whether you choose to believe or not is entirely up to you. However, the world is a dark and mysterious place, and there is ever more an infinite plethora of the world for us to explore. Remember, though we may fear the unknown, we live every day to learn and better understand these fears, and in doing so, we may just gain a better insight into understanding ourselves. Thanks for watching, and good night.